Wallzine out of information and original art pieces. It's a social project essentially. It's about being socially conscious and engaged. There used to be what we call dazibaos, Chinese versions of Wallzine during the Cultural Revolution, and people used to stop and go to the wall and read the information that was put up there and discuss it and have heated debates over it, and it used to influence their thinking and what they did next and how they voted. It's really an excuse for me to kind of distill all my thinking on a given theme over a period of months and then put it together again. Basically there are past sections, 4 past sections and 4 future sections. And so, for example, this image is about the past and then its corresponding future section is opposite. So you create these lines. Because once I designed it into 9 sections that folded out, it mirrors the Romany tarot spread. And I quite like the idea that if it's principle driven and it's not necessarily about current affairs and contemporary thinking, it's looking for principles and threads and lessons, if you like, that it made sense to kind of orientate the information around that model. The first issue, the theme was Victorian. You know, a lot of things that make up our world can be traced back to immediate history of the Victorian era, which was just when the Industrial Revolution, urbanization actually occurred massively, including in this area. And these are all Victorian buildings, including this one. We're going to go for a walk around Brixton, which is my neighborhood, and see who's put the Wallzine up and where. First we're going to go to the cinema. This is the Ritzy. Some of them are framed and permanent, and then every time a new issue comes out, I paste it over the old one. I came to London 18 years ago on my travels, and then used it as a base ever since. So loads of people come in here. This is one of the busiest places in Brixton. They come in here to read their papers. So Wallzine's here too, and you can have a look at it, or you can get a contact and go online and get your own copy. And this is Rosie's Deli. I think as long as there are some sites on the street, it's also nice to have agreed venues, so it's just a more reliable way of making sure Wallzine is publicly available. So I created a bigger one. I just printed this one on white because the small brown one is too small for this wall. The point I make in this issue is that selling out really is more about refusing to engage your mind. I kind of like to think anybody could get something out of Wallzine, and especially because there are lots of little quotes, so if nothing else, money is better than poverty, if only for financial reasons, Woody Allen. I mean, it's something anybody can understand. I think politics without aesthetics is really anemic and boring, basically. It's not pure entertainment, but it's trying to strike a balance between being visually exciting and then having something further to offer. Brixton's actually a good place for independent people. Yeah, that's why I like living here. I think that's not necessarily why I came here, but that's why I've stayed.